The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here on this Wednesday, the 22nd of January. We're looking at the Dow up 142. Now, I noticed that Microsoft finally got some legs, even though there were a lot of negative things that were said about it over the last couple of days, how it's kind of missing, in a sense, not missing the boat, missing the AI in the form that's been favored by a number of other areas and other stocks, that is. But look at this. It's up 11 at 440, and I like that very much because it's broken that trend line resistance. I can now move it up to where that line corresponds much better to the previous high of 456.16. That was back in mid-December. Then it had 3 days where it tried to pull back and rallied with a lower high. And I've joined them. That just says if at any point Microsoft can start to trade in the 449, 450 area, that means that the tide has changed from a sell mode to a buy signal. And then if the stochastic at 67% goes to 80%, that means it can go a lot higher and even retest at 456 level. And I don't know about the 468.35 all-time high, but that looks good. I should just clarify that we are long subscribers to the opening call at 338. Okay, let's go back. So we're looking at something that's very intriguing. Actually, I want to do a little bit of work on this because I think there's going to be a high-level digestive phase over the next couple of hours, so there's plenty of time. The Dow up at 44,168. I had this left side candle right here, the candle of the 12th. That's the 12th of December of 44,208 as the next resistance to the upside, and so far the high today is 44,191. These are just levels. There's nothing significant because you remember the Dow just came straight down for that 45,073, December the 4th all-time high, just straight down. And now when it hit that 4188 low on the 13th of January, that's where it made that really great turn. Fortunately, that's where we were long. We added to our long positions in the UDOW, 3 times long position there. Just before the open, and that worked out very nicely. So we are still long, and we're looking at this as that in this particular phase, there's a good chance that the Dow-type stocks are going to be favored at least going into the next maybe couple of weeks or maybe even just a week or so until we get to a leg D in either the Dow or the S&P. So that's the S&P. Great support at the 40... I'm getting used to these numbers. They're so quick. 43,800 to 700 area at this particular point. Let's go to the S&P, and I'll explain the same thing there. Look, in the S&P, there are multiple gaps. This gap doesn't have to be filled at all. The one that went to the 5,900 low, that was on the 15th of January. Once we spiked through this channel wave inside track repellent zone, now you're starting to look at a cup formation that says 6,099.97. I didn't even draw it in because it just happened so quickly. So while I'm doing this, I had a question, and it's a pretty good question, but I think I've been answering it a lot. And the question was, since you had such strong signals on Sunday, the 12th, for subscribers, why didn't you expect that there would be a powerful move as powerful as this? And the answer is, I can only go one step at a time. For instance, when you make that arch formation, the dreaded H, but successful one, and then take off after that, it's much more belabored. But I discussed very clearly, even when I was on with Jacob we went long on Monday, and we added to the longs. But even on Tuesday, when I was interviewed by Jacob, I said that if it's a low, I don't think it can be called the low, because I need to see whether it makes a V-shaped formation, and that every time anyone wants to buy, they don't get a chance because it just keeps moving up and up and up. And that's the phase that says that's a takeoff phase, but you don't know. But what I did know is, and let me just finish this up so that you know what I'm talking about here, is that based on the volatility index, that rally that I said could come about in the VIX, which would be a warning to us that we would be going even lower. Look what happened. VIX.X on that Friday, it ran up to 22.04. That's way underneath the 28.32 18th of December high. And you remember, in December, we were making tops, both in the market. It's so fascinating. If you had to overlay this, you'd see that you don't always get the volatility index, except for those major culminating moments like in the S&P September the 9th, March the 9th of 2009, just you can go on and on. The March of October of 2022, then March of 23. You can't. It doesn't always work that way unless you get this major, and I didn't see that. So all I could say is that if there was a failure and we never went to the 23, 24 area, instead we started to break under 20 into the teens, that's where we could get a real pickup in the market. You don't know until it's happening. But once it happened, I'd say, even in my videos to subscribers, I said it's going to be very important, because you either have to close your eyes and just grab it, or you have to have some money management. And this is actually the stage where many times you don't want money management. You just want to say, I've been waiting to buy this. I'm going to buy it. I don't care what happens over the next couple of days. It should go higher. I can't do that with my subscribers, because you just never know. You just never know what's going to unfold. And I need to have money management, because I don't want to be stuck with some stock down 15 to 20%, and then I make another, maybe make a mistake of 8% or 10. That really adds up. A lot of small little ones of 2-3%, you can make that up fairly quickly. So that's my attitude. If for my own personal thing, I can sometimes take a bigger risk. I've got a different modus operandi in one particular type of portfolio, but overall, I try to treat my newsletter as I want survivors. I want people to be there, as we have. I've had some subscribers for over 20 years. I want people to be there for the long term with capital. I don't want them to run out of capital because they were either going to become a millionaire or a zero-naire, and I can't do that. So the answer is, I didn't expect that it would be quite as powerful until we got the Wednesday spectacular follow through. So, and ever since then, you know that I've been talking about it as if to say, even I spoke about Bitcoin. I said, look, the Bitcoin going to that Friday was looking lousy. Look at this. Even on the Monday, it went to a lower low on the 13th. It went down to 89,525. Just a few days before, it had been up in the 103,000 area. So you can see that I try my best to be a bit cautious, and sometimes it sacrifices really good entries, and other times it works just perfectly. With that said, Dow's up 136. You see what I mean? We're just starting to bump into quite a bit of resistance here. I'll be back in a moment.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, let me just find that one thing that I was looking for. I don't know why I've shut it out of my mind as the symbol. Most of the symbols I know really well. This one just keeps slipping by me, and I'm going to get it. I am going to get it. So it's not that, it's not that, it's not that. It is... Come on. All right, I'll find it. It's that Chinese Speng. I always put in XPNG, and it's not that. Oh. All right, I'll find it. Anyway, so I had a question that then I'm going backwards here out of the questions that I had. But the question was, could I look at J&J? And J&J just plummeted down I wouldn't say plummeted, dropped sharply down 3%, down 473 at 143.43. Made a peak B, and then it's pulled back. Now, it's got a downtrend. You can see the decided downtrend in the healthcare, Johnson & Johnson, in the monthly chart and the weekly chart. And the left side low was pierced, but it has taken 2 weeks to get back. So the 143.13 low of the week of the 19th of April, and you made that arch formation, the dreaded H, you went under it, you closed above it, and now you're pulling back on the weekly chart, but it's trying to form some kind of a base. If it goes under 140, it's just done for now. But look at this. Each time you go into any sector, you've got something that's really working well and then something that's just not. And look at this Procter & Gamble, PG. Look at this. I'd shown this beautiful uptrend in the monthly chart, arch formation in the weekly chart. Daily chart went to 180.43 all-time high. The very day it did on the 29th of November, it had 180 round number high open. round number open, then made a 43-cent higher high, made a double top peak C1, C2, and then plummets all the way down to about 157, and it's gapping up. It's up 4 at 165.77, up 2.50. So you can see in the Dow, you've got this craziness. And what's really important, so Netflix is not in the Dow. Netflix right now made what? What would you expect? Earnings come out yesterday, and it soars to an all-time high. But wait a minute. What was the all-time high? 999.00. Leg B, brand new leg B, so it should be going high. But isn't that interesting? It's come off that. It's at 974.20. Or 975, well, it's moving quickly. Down up 106. But all-time high. Very nice. And so I'll make a note of that, because by the end of the day, maybe it pops up over that. But once it breaks 99, intraday, doesn't have to be on a closing basis. That's a very big positive. And since 1,000, it should start to attack. That's really the word, the 1,000 level. Okay, so we got that. So that was my question there, and I think I answered it only in the sense that within the context of. Yeah, in the context of sectors, that's a defensive area, not defense like Raytheon, but defensive, like the food stocks and restaurants, etc. So that defensive says that, you've got a big mix there. Procter & Gamble is a sector that maybe they have the garden variety kitchen things that are needed, household things, and Johnson & Johnson more in the medical field has a slightly different implication. All right, with that said, I'm going to go. It's going to bug me. It's going to bug me. And I'll find it. So that was that question. So I missed that. But the FXI, another question. That's and this is very important because the China large cap ETF. That's the FXI. It's holding pretty well off the 200 exactly on the. This is why I always say put these trend lines in, these moving averages. You don't have to use them, but boy, when they work, they are astounding. Look at the way it sprang like electric wire touching electric, whoosh, just gapped up and went right back from the 28s to the 30 high 30s. Now it's at 30.55, down just 20 cents. So I think it's trying to. Remember, I said the 200-period moving average in the weekly chart of the FXI, the China large cap ETF, is like a magnet. It can't go far without coming back to it. And I think that's just going to stay for the next week or so until it either trades strongly and holds for about 2 weeks above 32, or it trades under 28. And that's going to be a directional change. Right now, sideways is the trading range, even though in the daily chart, whoa, those are big moves. Next thing we want to look at, PNG. You knew, Joey D? Yeah. So, Peng. Is it PNG? No, it's not. Oh, it's a question about Peng. I thought that was the Chinese stock that I'm looking for. No, the EV one, I always put in XPNG, but it's not. And I did it earlier in the day because I saw it as a question. Darn, I'll do it in the next break. I'm not going to waste time. So this one is trading at 20.94, and it's called Peng. I don't know what it does, but I'm pretty sure it's Chinese. Peng. Maybe it's not. PNG. Now, let me find out right now. It just take me 2 seconds. Let me go 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. PENG does may refer to cryptocurrency. Peng Coin. Oh, cryptocurrency that provides a platform for smart contracts, allows for direct digital assets transfers between parties without the need for third parties. It's PENG. Oh, this is something different. All right, well, if that's what it is, it's doing pretty well right now. Look, sideways overall in the monthly chart, rallying quite nicely to a leg D in the weekly chart. And it doesn't always do that. Sometimes it fails. I'll just do this very quickly here. And Joe, if you can answer the question for me, am I correct? Is that what it does? because that'll help a lot. So let's just go to this very quickly. 1673, 1675, I thought so. So that goes peak A. I just wanted to see if it has the characteristic of making at least a peak D. That's very important because this one here went to A, B. I'm going to use that B, C. Parallel highs, I can do that as long as I've got, and I see it right here, you've got a little ictus in the unbalanced volume. So I'm going to use that. So this went there, 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 there. And once again, we've got another one. And this is peak A. In the Chapman wave methodology, you always want to go from a buy signal to a buy mode upgrade, and that will take you to a D. And that's exactly what we've got here. Although it's not quite at 80%, this is 79.05, but rallying in the stochastic. Yes, this should go to a higher high. Daily chart, peak A, peak B, peak C, peak D, holding very nicely. Yes, this looks like it wants to try for the 22 level. If it can get to 22 and hold there for 2 out of 3, I'd like to say consecutive daily sessions, that's a really good sign, because finally the weekly chart will break that resistance at 21.62. That's why I'm saying it needs to hold there, and that'll be a leg D in the weekly charts. And usually at an E or a D, it starts to pull back, but the technicals here are good, and it could pull away from the 200-period moving average. It must hold 19.30 in the short term. I'll be right back. Dow's up 140.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Thank you, Raymond and others. Yeah, it's XPEV. I just blocked it up. Now I've written it down. This is Xpen Inc. Designs, develops, manufactures smart EVs. The monthly chart is just kind of coming along. The weekly chart says at 14.66, if it's able to go to 14.93 to maybe 15.15, then finally the 200-period moving average of 16.23 will kick in. Out of all the Chinese stocks, I was saying this is the one that I think has the most upside potential. If you're into Chinese stocks, there's so many American companies companies listed here that you just never know, right? Not to say there aren't great companies, you just never know what's going to happen, especially now with Trump. So that 1623 level, it was hit once back in 2023, it was August, I think. It hit a ping once. It went pop right to the mid-20s, and then that was it. It failed at a peak E, and it came down. Now it's making a second kind of bowl formation. But I'm just talking about this as a company that actually produces and sells a lot in this particular area. And daily chart has gone to a peak B if there's no new recovery high today, and the technicals are very strong at 93%. This is the one that I do favor out of all of them, out of all the Chinese stocks, right? Next thing, I had a question of, could I look at ARM? ARM, I think I skipped down. I went down a line. It doesn't matter. ARM, whoa. Peak A. No, that's the new A. A, B. Oh my, that is one quick move. Up 22 points, up almost 15% at 177. This is now a leg D. I'm calling it an E. It's an E, or it's reconfigured. I have to call it an E just because it's going back to go to that peak C. That was a failure pattern right there at the previous high. That was the weekly chart of the 12th of July. It hit 188.73. I may as well just type that in. It's going there, 188.73, and switch distance is only in leg B, 188.73. That should have been a point right there. 0.73. Okay. Arms Holdings, PLC, semis, licensing. Yes, this kind of went off my list. I was thinking of the SOXL, which was 3 times long as a trading position. Instead, we did something else. And that would have been very good. 147 to 170, up 30%. So almost like 18%, maybe 20% altogether from that low of the 14-period moving average. Yeah, this is doing very nicely. It was off my list for some reason. Well, that's because I look at so many things. So ARM Holdings, and you've now got 170 to 167 as really important support to hold. I don't know what it's going to take to suddenly give back that amount from today's high of 180.99 in one swoop. So if it fails from here, that's the area I'd be watching at. But so far, all the technicals are good, and the stochastic great at 92%. Next question came in. Oh, I missed it over here. Yes, I wasn't going to look at that. No, I will. So 2 things. It was a combined question. Oracle, which I had shown here, and I for subscribers, I put into my opening paragraph where I'm saying this is what we're looking at. I loved the action off the 200-period moving average, but there were a lot that were like that at 154 back in around about 153, 154 back in the 13th of January. Here we are at 190. It's 191.99 today. There was discussion with Larry Ellison, and then there was this whole TikTok thing. There was AI, a lot of favorable things. I liked the action on the weekly chart until it broke just briefly the 9-period moving average. So that just said to me, oh, this is on your list, but I would not have put it in as a buy just yet. After yesterday's candle, it was a consideration, but then I suddenly saw it as spiking overnight. I thought, okay, that's it. So Oracle was off the list, but it's doing very nicely. Then the question that came in, oh, yeah, could I look at some of these crazy stocks? One of them is QUBT. QUBT is quantum computing. It was a choice. I looked at this. It had the same pattern as one that I was also looking at. Is up 26 cents. But the way the group moved to the upside in that big spike going to around about December the 16th or so to 27.16, and then the concerted effort with dreaded H's coming all the way down, just says to me there's a lot of work to be done. But these things move so quickly. We are now back into the sector, but I wanted to avoid the individual stocks in this particular case only because, wow, I mean, they are so volatile. So I like this chart in the sense that it's telling me what the potential is, but I need to see that gap gets filled, and I'd prefer that it didn't get filled into just one big spike to the upside, and the gap is between, I'll tell you right now, because that's the question. The gap was the low of the 7th was 16.37. This is after hitting 27. So it's 10 points off that. So the low and the next day gaps down. The high is 12.73. So you've got a big gap, 3-4 points. I would like to see it trading into that gap and the 9-period moving average finally going positive. So I'm not sure. I don't know. All right, I have to do it. Vuzi is the other one that I was looking at. It had almost the same pattern, but the way it swooped from the 5.79 high, this is Vuzi Corporation, kind of virtual reality glasses, display devices. In that area, it means that it's it had a big move up. In a sense, I think it's a slower mover than something when the sector gets excited, like the quantum area. But this has the potential, a longer-term potential, if you can get it right, to move towards, say, the 200-period moving average of 421. VUZI is the symbol, is trading at 376, up 11 cents right now. And then maybe get stuck there. But once it moves into the 435, 450 area, then there's a really good chance it's going to make a swoop to the upside towards that 579 level. That means it needs to hold, absolutely needs to hold somewhere in the 330 area. So that's, I should also just say that we are along this. But the idea was, the question was, can it get back to the old high? And the old high, I hope you're talking about the 579 high at 6, Jim, because on the 6th, because I'm not thinking even close to the all-time high of 32.42 back in March of 2021. I remember the hysteria going to that high as well with this particular stock. So I think it's not sort of in the meme category, but it's in a category that's very, very potent because this display devices, this is really important to everything that's done in, say, the chip sector. I'll be back. Dow's up 117, S&P's up 42. Divergence.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds for both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Hi, folks, we're back. So a couple of questions came in, but one was, in your dark news, this is called my Chapman Wave Dark News Index, DNI, where I look for internal high and then residual high or internal low and residual low. I'm so pleased that I broke my rule. My rule was that this was just going to be a yellow background, and all I would have is these little white rectangle things to say that's going to be yields. But once yields became kind of obsolete as a technical tool, I decided I would put in some trend lines, and I put in time sequences. You remember the time sequence from the March high of 2024? Then I said, I think we're making a high on right here, the measured move. I used the 18th, but what happened was this is the measured move. And then when we made that, I wasn't even close to some kind of a high. I said, I think I have to go to this high here, the move that was slightly the residual high that was made on the 31st of July in the daily chart of the Dow, and then move that and put that across. And that took me to 1129, which is a really good indicator. So that was an internal high and a residual high. But I then decided I would keep in my trend lines here. I'll take them away when they're unimportant. Well, they're important now, but now that I'm thinking about it, they've been so useful to me. Look at the beautiful support level that gave the August low. Look at this beautiful thing that helped me in my calculation between the DOG, which is 1-to-1 short the Dow and 1-to-1 long the DIA, to say this Chapman Wave, here we go, this channel, this little mini channel that I call the propellant or repellent zone became the propellant zone. So I'm keeping it. So with that in mind, that trend line that I drew just the other day, I said, yeah, this is going to be very important if we can get there. And I thought, gee, that's a long way to go. Well, we just hit it. Although you can see it's a cyan-colored candle. You can see, I'm looking at the Tiger YouTube. You can see it. And I remember I wanted my late Herb Bruner did all my calculations here. I asked him, what is that color? I can barely see it. I didn't even know there was a candle. He said, and he told me what it was. It was an intermediate thing before you got a trend. And I was going to say to him, no, I don't want that. I want a color. I can't even see that. Well, there it is. And what happens very often, you can see in each one of these cyan-colored runs, there's a continuation pattern of the price you're following. Look, there's a continuation pattern, at least for 2 bars before it pulls back. So all I can say is we're right up against it now, and that's it. So that's just a leg B in the Dow. It's in a buy mode. It should go higher. Okay, the other question came in, and the question was, could I look at, did I just lose? No, VICR. All right, we always look at, I wonder if I've still got my notation, because in the interim period, I had a shutdown. And wrong chart right there. VICR, Vicor, I think it is, VICR. Oh my. Wow, good eye. Hello. This is up today, up 6%, up 340 at 59.99, above the peak D that was made back in December, above the peak E that was made October. And it's at a new recovery high, a new multi-year high. Yeah, multi-year high in leg C in the monthly chart. And you know what? I had once typed it in. Now I forgot. Vicor Corporation is in fact Vicor. Vicor Core. Hey, Vicor Core does incorporated 1981 Andover, Mass, just over here, a little bit, what would that be? Northwest from where I am in Newton, Massachusetts. Designs, manufactures, and sells power systems and modular power components. Their products are used in a variety of industries, including aerospace, defense. Oh, man. Okay, let me just type that in right now. And what is it going to say? It says, manufacture, power systems, and components, and comps, aerospace. Oh, I love it. Oh, man, aerospace. Defense. Okay. All right. So this, I love the action. And this is very interesting, and it's only a leg B. And the stochastic's at 70%. It needs to get to 80%. This looks like it wants to try for the 63.50. It's at 60. It's at 59.80 today. It hit 62 round number high. If it's able to get to 62.35, today's Wednesday, by Friday, then by next week it should be testing the 64.50 area. I don't know how much further it can go up than that just at the moment, because there's a lot of overhead resistance, but the further it pushes away from the weekly 200-period moving average, the better the chances that it keeps going high. But at 60, at 54, that's your 200-period moving average. So between 50, 55, and 53 on a very short-term basis, that's your shorter-term support if it pulls back. Oh, this looks very good. Vicor. Let me take a note there. Vicor. Check. All right, very nice. Good eye. Next question came in. Yeah, I haven't had a look at the futures. I did just a little bit earlier on. Haven't been able to do much, and it should just be in a buy mode. We should be going higher. I've got this as an FG. Is that correct? Okay, so this is going to be a G/B. If it goes above the high of the day today, 6125.00. Yeah, if it goes to 6128, it was a round number high. 6128.25. I have to consider, not now, but in the next, after this, in about 10 minutes' time, that'll say it's gone to a C, and that's a really positive sign. But it's still, after the big move up that we went into the 10 o'clock hour, I think we're going to, this is going to be a tough, just in terms of expecting breakouts to the upside. I think it's going to be a little tough. So, as it stands right now, the 9-period moving average in the 5-minute chart is strong, and so is it in the 10-minute chart. Key support now is going to be at 60. It's at 61.25. I would say anytime today, if it breaks 61.17, you got to be a little bit careful. All right, that's just there. And now let's go back to this. The question came in. I wrote it down. No, where did I put it? Oh, there it is. So looking at, okay, so now I want to talk about time. So as I do this whole thing with time, if you're looking, let's go to the Dow first. Where do I think a leg D will come in? So as it stands right now, we're at the lower end. We're up 65. We're at the lower end of the big move up, gap up move today. I think we're starting to bump into some resistance. But look at the stochastic at 92% and flat. Look at the on-balance volume, not confirming the rally, but saying, wow, if the rally continues and the on-balance volume way down here has to get overbought, it hasn't even gotten close to that. So that gives you upside material. So the question came in, not today, it was yesterday, and I forgot to get it, to take it. Can there be new all-time highs? Just make it as simple as that. Can there be new all-time highs? And as I return, I will go through what I'm looking at to get to the all-time highs. It might be, in some cases, if the S&P's so close. So it depends which sector you're looking at.
This market has turned red, Tigers, and the question we should be asking ourselves is how to position for a potential bear market. Plenty of gains can be made in bull markets, but if we've entered bearish territory, that strategy needs to change. So, how do we pivot so we can see green in the red? Join Larry this month, January 10th and 24th for live trading action. You'll sit next to Larry as he places live trades, explains his methodology, and answers questions live. Larry brings his decades of trading knowledge directly to you, teaching you how to navigate this shifting market. Go to the front page of TFNN.com today and secure your spot fast for live trading Fridays with Larry Pesavento. Happy New Year, Tigers. We'll see you January 10th and 24th. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
So just in terms of Chapman wave count, so the idea is in the Chapman wave methodology, if I can just do this real quickly because we've got the break coming up. There we go. So if I can get this right here, there it is. So in the Chapman, I used to call this the 7-wave form because initially when I did this hand charting on graph paper and everything, when you got to that 7th wave, other things can happen. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is a leg D, 8 is a peak D. So if you do it just based on that, you're only in leg 1. So it would take you from here 6 sessions And that takes you to late next week. If every day there was a lower high tomorrow and a higher high on Friday, lower low on Monday, etc., that would take you to a leg D around about Thursday, right? So Friday could in fact turn out to be, but any day, if on tomorrow there's a higher high than 6,092, 6,092.81, it goes to 0.82, that extends leg A. 609.997 is the all-time high. We're within 7 points of that right now, and it's only I have to still call this a leg A because, wait a minute, 5773. Yes, maybe there could be some other count, but that's all there is that I'm looking at. So far, that's the way it is. So I'm thinking end of January, maybe the very beginning of February. That's where we've got to be careful. But maybe next week, because the Dow is already in leg B. So we'll be watching this very closely. But so far, everything seems to be quite nicely on track, and we'll see if that can hold. So as we wrap up, what am I looking at? I'm looking at, even now, every day there's been kind of rotation through different sectors. And we've even seen how Microsoft suddenly came as strong when it was kind of sideways, doing nothing. So it's really important that we start to see areas like the regional banks start to find support. If they don't find support this time, it's going to be an even more selective rally in the short term. So with that said, still bullish, looking askance at how we're going to close today. But I think